you can't lift heavy over age 40. I always find that interesting. People have been telling me this for many years. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Yet, what have you guys seen me lift in the 45 to 46 range? I'm not 47. All this footage you're seeing here is at the age of 47. But I mean, even at 45, you guys have seen me deadlift 635. Last year I did a 2-second pause bench with 365, right? Paused it for 2 seconds on my chest. These are all raw lifts, by the way. No sleeves or straps or anything like that. And here I am doing this stuff, and you see me here not hurting. I don't hurt when I get up in the morning. And to me that's fascinating. Now, will I say to people there are things you're going to have to do different? Of course, absolutely. Fatigue management is important. Your connective tissue is more important. Recovery is more important. Even getting with your doctor and determining if you need testosterone and things are more important. Which is a weird one. You always get younger guys who will say the silly stuff to the over 40 guys who go on TRT. Well, age isn't an excuse in any way then for anything you have to change different. It's like, you guys are going to be in for a rude awakening. Just because you have the testosterone levels of a 25-year-old does not mean everything in your body functions like a 25-year-old in terms of recovery. You still have a 40-plus-year-old body. Just an FYI, people disregard that. Otherwise, you wouldn't see powerlifting records lower in every age group, right? You go look at from the open, you look at the Masters 1, Masters 2, Masters 3, and then go compare them, national levels and up. They're lower in the same weight classes. Why do you think that is? Usually even in the ones that allow stuff. Okay, so that should tell you something right there. There's definitely some stuff changing. So that's also really funny. But by that same token, I don't want people to buy into this other extreme that, you won't be able to lift heavy or do progressive overload or do heavy squats or deadlift or benching or any of these things. And I'm like, that's just simply not true. I even have people say, you won't be able to do any wide grip benching after 40. And I bought into that for a while. It was only closed grip. Now I'm back over to doing wide. Notice that was a flat back bench in here. Now, granted, that wasn't a true max. It's a training max. But that's 315 with a nice 3+ second pause, flat back, no arch. I'm gripping almost to the J hooks, right? I have barely any finger on the rings there. And that's a nice, good pause. Now, someone asked me, did that hurt? No, it didn't hurt at all. It's not a true max, it's just a training lift. Right? Good quality training single. No, it doesn't hurt. Why should it hurt? Okay? And that's what I would say to people. We can still lift heavy and train hard. Do we have to pay attention to things? Yes. Do you need to care about your form a little more? You bet. Oh, you bet you better care about your form a little more. Now, you get people who don't film their lifts who will say, I don't know, your form doesn't look perfect or some of these. And I'm like, go film yourself. You don't film your lifts, so you're going to be in for a rude awakening. Sorry, that's just one of my pet peeves when I get people who don't put any lifts up who say anything. Because I deal with that with clients all the time. Right, all my clients have to film their lifts. And when they start filming lifts that they haven't been, they're shocked a lot of times. Like, wow, I didn't realize how bad my lifting looked. Right? They really don't realize how bad it looks. A lot of people who think they curl strict, that's a funny one. Or that they do a proper range of motion on a curl, or that they have their wrist stacked on a bench press. Yeah. Yep. Or they think they're squatting to parallel or lower. And they film it and realize they're 8 inches above parallel. Reality. So again, filming yourself, useful tool. Keep your form cleaner. You got to be more careful of overuse. And this is one of the things I've definitely noticed. I've messed with some higher volume training just to see how it went for short periods of time for gains. And I don't even enjoy it, honestly, really high volumes. But overuse is a big deal. You probably don't want to try to do 20 plus sets per muscle group as an over 40 lifter most of the time, at least regularly. You probably don't need to be using bad form unless it's controlled cheating and you know what you're doing. You know, a little bit of cheat rows can have their place and stuff, right? But you need to know what you're doing and why when you move a certain way. You know, the ego lifting has to go. The nonsense has to go, right? That's the other thing too. You know, even because you're strong and in shape doesn't mean you need to go do certain things. I'm going to go show off. I'm going to help my friends move because I still lift. You know, you're over 40 and just because you can deadlift 500 pounds, guess what? You probably don't want to go help a friend move for pizza and beer. Okay? Probably not the wisest idea. They're all over 42. They go hire a mover. No point injuring yourself. I've seen that happen with a friend of mine who was a 600-pound deadlifter and a coach, who also actually is an MD. He damaged a disc moving a couch. It's a master's lifter, that sort of strength, and is a medical doctor on top of it. He moved a couch, moving furniture the wrong way. You know, so that's kind of the other thing too. You know, I always tell people strength is great. It makes you functional to help you so much in day-to-day life. But when you start moving stuff at awkward or weird angles, that's what you got to watch over 40. It's not the gym that's going to hurt you. It's if you're strong enough to do these things and then you think that you're 20 still. You try to wrestle your bros or move furniture and something slips the wrong way, right? I've seen a master's lifter show off on skateboard for his high school sons before, right? Oh, they were playing on skateboards. He went to jump on the skateboard and show off. Keep in mind, this guy who benches over 400 pounds. What do you think happened? He landed on the ground and caught himself. But he has so much ballistic strength, he tore his triceps off the bone, had to have them reattached, right? That's one of the things you got to think about. You can't just show off anymore. You can still lift heavy, though. You can train hard, and you're still going to be way better. I mean, obviously, the thing I would point out, people doing those things will still get hurt way less than someone who's out of shape trying to do the same things at that age. Keep that in mind. But context, you know, you don't do silly stuff. And hopefully, if you're over 40, you're wise enough to realize that, and that should carry over to your training also. But don't let people tell you that we can't lift heavy or that we can't train hard. We just have to have a little more common sense about it. Or you could hire me to help you. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.